I mean, Captain Marvel, the last Captain Marvel,
which
like
I still haven't watched, but
I think it was horrible.
I still haven't watched the sequel. Not that I'm not opposed to watching it. I'm actually curious about it. But on the Marvel side, they have their phase plan. They're doing it in phases, and it seems that this phase 4 was not. It did not go as well as I think they hoped as a palate cleanser after Endgame to introduce other characters that people only read a couple times, like Shang-Chi and She-Hulk. And I like She-Hulk a lot.
And I like Shang-Chi, but in my personal opinion, I don't think that Shang-Chi was that great of a movie. I feel like the CGI was rushed. I feel like there's so many characters in Shang-Chi that they could have used, and they used a dragon. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a comic fan and I used to, by the way, I'm a comic fan, but I'm a old guy. I read the old comics. I read comics that were out before I was even born. So I'm very old-fashioned comic nerd.
I've never read the original like Shang-Chi like back in the 70s. Like I know the whole situation with his original, well, his dad's original design and how that can't really fit in that adaptation currently, modern speaking. But there is a Shang-Chi story I like a lot from the 70s, which is a Marvel team-up Shang-Chi story with him, Spider-Man, and Black Widow.
Oh, yeah. They used to do the Marvel team-ups. I used to love those.
I like that.
There was once a Ghost Rider and Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, Spider-Man team-up. There was a Wolverine and I forget. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Marvel and DC.
Depends on why Phase 4 is not what they want it to be. So Phase 5, they tried to fix it with Deadpool 3 after Disney decided to buy Fox, so they needed the FF and X-Men to try and get people back in the seats, and they hope that Avengers 5 and 6 will do that.
Yeah, and Fantastic Four is coming out. Yeah,
exactly. And I, as a big Fantastic Four fan, I want that to succeed because FF on film hasn't succeeded ever.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been very bad.
But this new version also is getting its sad sort of angry kick to the curb. I don't think it's gonna work type response. So I don't know. I'm very sad.
What do you think about is the female Silver Surfer going to be in that new Fantastic Four or not?
Yes.
She is going to be.
Yes, because in that second trailer revealed her in full narratively.
Sorry for the spoilers, guys.
Yes, another spoiler for the new direction.
Do you think anyone can compete with Marvel or DC in terms of indie company that you may have heard of? Or
I think the closest thing that competes with Marvel and DC are two indie movies that are not comic related.
Okay.
One, the John Wick series.
Okay.
And two, Fast and the Furious. Because Fast and the Furious to me is
okay. Wow.
It's going as long as Marvel.
That's good. I mean, that's why they call him Mr. Canon, because he knows this stuff. He can predict the future. He's good at it. He knows about comics, knows about movies. Yeah, we were talking about film, so those universes have created themselves. Like they've taken a whole life on their own. They could definitely compete with that. I mean, in terms of box office numbers, they're ridiculous. They're all billion-dollar films, right? They're all in the billions when they're opening weekends.
I mean, the last couple of Fast and the Furious have been, even for those that don't like that the last one was fighting on the moon, but
that's me. I'm one of those.
It did pretty decently.
It did decently. I mean, I guess they got all the superstar actors and actresses like Jason Momoa and John Cena.
Jason Momoa was having so much fun being a wacky villain who likes to paint his nails while he hands out the corpses. But to me, those are the two things off the top of my head. Independent films.
Those are great points. I forgot to put those into the mix. But
because if the Turtle movie franchise would continue, if the original trilogy would have continued past that moment, that would be my answer to Marvel and DC currently.
Oh.
But Turtles is the underdog. They come back after a while.
Yeah, and the last Turtles animated movie was the Seth Rogen one.
Yes.
I didn't really like it. It
is the current generation Turtles.
I know, it was catered more to kids. And then I like the gritty, like, if they made a Last Ronin movie, CGI, I would be like all over that.
Because the rumor is that a live action adaptation is happening, and they're making a Last Ronin video game because it's so well, and we're both excited. It's going to take a while for that movie, but if they can stick it to some type of like Jim Henson-esque practical soup moment.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that.
And then just because that would be I think literally the first Turtle film to be both R-rated and even almost maybe make a almost $1 billion.
Oh yeah, I totally think they would make $1 billion easily. They would easily make $1 billion.
That's never happened for any Turtle movie at all.
Yeah, but I think it would. I think it would make it. But they have to make it live action. They have to make it live. They don't have to cater it to kids because they can make it like I don't know, PG-13, and everybody would go to see that. Because a lot of the Marvel movies are PG-13, and you're like, whoa, well, they're showing people getting shot up and lasered, and I think Avengers Endgame, what was that?
PG-13.
PG-13, right?
Every single Avengers movie is PG-13.
Unbelievable.
It's PG-13.5 where...
Yeah, I see that. I'm like, wow, kids shouldn't be watching that. But, I mean, anyway, kids in Japan watch anime, so...
Oh, yeah.
So it's...
certain thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. There's a big desensitization to violence.
There's a desensitization, yes.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get into anime. We're not going to get into Star Wars.
Unfortunately, there is no time. The Star Wars Day 2025 is literally next Sunday, and everyone's happy about Andor and all the new announcements. But that'll be for the next video. Yeah, please, guys, give us time to put together a Star Wars one and an anime one. We would love to hear your thoughts about it. Since there's not somebody that's satisfying our thirst for action and adventure, I came up with a little script of something that I would like to see. And what I would like to see is Superman fighting a Viltrumite. I think that would be cool, right? We want to see a little bit more diversity and action and mixture, big companies working with little companies, just help each other out, give each other a chance to get on the board, and make things more interesting, right? So my thought was, why couldn't a Kryptonian fight a Viltrumite? Since I think Kirkman literally got inspired by Superman's, but he just took it in a different direction. And I think it would be nice to see those two guys fight each other, whether it's Mark versus Superman, or whether it's Omni-Man versus Superman. Or Zod versus any other Viltrumite. Yeah, Zod versus any other Viltrumite. That would be great. I think it will be a great fight. And the last thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show Mr. Cannon my appreciation for him coming on my channel and for allowing me to be on his channel, because we're going to split the video up and put it in both places, and also so that it's not so long. I wanted to show my appreciation by giving him something, and I'm giving him something, but I'm also plugging my comic. This is my comic links, and if I had to summarize it, I would say think about kind of like Star Wars mixed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, mixed with Superman, mixed with Invincible. And that's what you would get with links. Oh, and Green Lantern too, of course. It's an interesting story. It's a martial arts action adventure space odyssey. Check it out. I think you guys will like it. It's a beautiful story, and we're moving on with the story, and it's going to be issue number 6 coming out in about a month. So stay tuned for that. I want him to have a copy of the original one. It's before the reprint. And thank you again, Mr. Cannon, for joining us. We really appreciate you. I hope that you can join us again at some point, and we'll have some more fun. We'll talk about comics, we'll talk about movies, we'll talk about Star Wars and anime, which this guy knows a lot about Star Wars and a lot about anime. So I hope you guys tune in for that. And thank you all for tuning in. Once again, this is Fluencr and Mr. Cannon. Thank you guys for joining us. As I always say, que Dios me los bendiga. Have a great day and read a lot of comic books, guys, and support your local comic shop as well. Thank you.